my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the most common skincare mistakes that everyone makes. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Okay guys, so one of the most common skincare mistakes people make is overusing makeup wipes as part of their daily routine to remove makeup. Makeup wipes generally look like something like this, just in a packet, right? You can find them in your grocery stores, your drugstores, your pharmacy chemists. They're found everywhere. It's just a really convenient way to remove your makeup. But little do people know, these makeup wipes are actually really bad for your skin. They're doing more damage than good. And let me explain why. Makeup wipes generally have a lot of strong preservatives, alcohol, sometimes artificial fragrance as well, unnecessary fragrance in makeup wipes. And these strong preservatives and alcohol really strip the skin back quite a lot, which it leaves you feeling very tight, very raw, very sensitive. And it causes a lot of inflammation as well, because I find people who use makeup wipes add a lot of unnecessary pressure just trying to rub that makeup off and get it out. When in actual fact, makeup wipes don't 100% remove your makeup, because it just removes a surface sort of layer. But you know, when you look under a microscope, you'll see that there's makeup left in your pores, your fine lines and wrinkles if you've got any. And because makeup sits in your pores, over time what can happen is you'll get congestion, blemishes, breakouts, and you're like, why am I breaking out? Well, it's because you've not actually removed your makeup properly. And that's why it's bad. And sometimes when you add this unnecessary pressure and you're rubbing out your skin, you don't know that you're causing a lot of inflammation, which is trauma to the skin. Eventually that leads on to hyperpigmentation, which is a sign of aging that we don't want on our skin. As an alternative, I'm going to show you what I currently use, and this is the Makooa microfiber makeup removing cloth. Just a little side note, my partner and I have started this some time ago, and this is our second product that we've launched, and this is purely just to remove your makeup in a very gentle way. You just need water to remove your makeup. I've used other microfiber cloths. I found that those brands, you know, over time after rewashing it, and I found that it was getting quite harsh on my skin, and I was just like, well, this is microfiber, it's meant to be really soft, right? But for some reason it just felt like a towel on my skin, like a rough towel over time. So I was like, well, this is not good for my skin. I don't want this at all. So then I spoke to my partner about it, and I said there's something missing in the market. I used a lot of different samples to find the right one. So the microfiber that we specifically chose is super ultra soft, very gentle on the skin. You don't need much pressure on the skin at all, so that shouldn't lead to inflammation or anything bad. So yeah, I will demonstrate this to show you, because I feel like everyone should have this in their daily skin routine to remove their makeup. The microfiber acts like little fingers, and they reach into your pores and they just pull out all the makeup and the gunk, so you don't have to experience congestion in the future and blemishes and all those bad stuff. So I'm going to show you the demo. The first step is to completely saturate it in water. I'm just using a bowl of water to show you guys. You can do this in the shower, over the sink, whatever you like, but make sure you squeeze out the excess water so there's not much running down at all, and then you can start removing your makeup. Okay, so I've got a bit of makeup on my hand just to demonstrate. Now this is already wet, remember, so I'm just wiping that off. And you can see I don't have much pressure on my hand at all, and look at that, it's double-sided. So go in with one side first all over the face, and then go in the second time on the fresh side so you can get any remainder that's left over on your skin. And then all you have to do is move on to your second cleanse, which is your regular gel cleanser or cream cleanser. And that's it, easy. Okay, so on to the next most common skincare mistake that everyone makes is over cleansing. So I know a lot of you out there are double cleansing, which is great, but some of you are doing it the wrong way. So the wrong way that people are doing is using the one, you know, cleanser, regular cleanser product to remove their makeup, and then going in the second time round to remove the excess. That's wrong. What you should be doing as a proper double cleanse is using something like this. This is what I currently use, and it's the Tatcha Pure One-Step Camelia Cleansing Oil, which emulsifies into a milk once in contact with water. Some people like to use a different type of pre-cleanse, like, you know, your cleansing balm, which also emulsifies into a milk. But I prefer an oil just because I like the feel of it. Now, a lot of you are going to be afraid of this, because I'm sure some of you will be like, ugh, oil? I don't need extra oil on my skin. I've got enough oil as it is. Wrong. These type of oils are cleansing oils, so they're not going to actually you know, do damage like clog your pores or make you break out or get your skin to produce more oil. It's nothing like that at all. When in actual fact, these oils act like magnets. They draw out, attract other oils and make up impurities and just draw it all out and just melts it away. It's amazing. If you've never tried it before, get yourself a good cleansing oil or a cleansing balm as your makeup remover or pre-cleanse step before your regular cleanse, which is your second cleanse step. I know this sounds like a lot of steps, but bear with me. It's simple, it's easy, and it'll do your skin good. So to run through all that again, you need a good pre-cleanse, like a cleansing oil, and you also need a second cleanse product. These two are going to be your cleansers. Of course, if you don't have makeup on, you can skip the pre-cleanse step and go in with your second cleanse, which is your regular cleanser, and they come in different textures and forms, like your gel cleansers, which are slightly foaming, or they come in creams as well, depending on your skin type and needs. I'm combination skin, so I'm oily in the T-zone and everywhere else is relatively dry and dehydrated, so I prefer a gel cleanser. It's sulfate free and soap free. And that's really important. If you're a fan of foaming cleansers or gel cleansers, it's really important that you do your research and you find one that is sulfate free and soap free. Soap obviously strips the skin quite a lot and we don't want that, much like alcohol. And sulfate free. Sulfate is an ingredient that's a foaming agent, which is found in a lot of cleansing and cleaning products like your floor cleaners. So that's really bad. It's sulfate free, so it's really not stripping at all and it's very gentle on my skin. So make sure you find yourself a good pre-cleanse and second cleanse to do the double cleanse step correctly. Not using, you know, your everyday cleanser as your makeup remover as well, because that's incorrect. You're overstripping your skin and you're not doing your skin good at all. Cleansing oils and cleansing balms feel really luxurious on the skin. You know, of course you're cleansing, but it feels very nourishing and hydrating at the same time. So you don't have to worry about your skin being overstripped and overworked. The next skincare mistake that people make is not introducing or even using a serum in your daily skincare routine. So this is an example of a serum. This is my current hyaluronic acid based serum from Dr. Dennis Gross. Just a blue bottle like this. By not introducing a serum into your regime, it means that you're not getting the full results or the best results possible out of your moisturizer or skincare routine in general. So let's, for example, talk about a moisturizer first. So this is my current one that I'm using that I absolutely love, which is the Caglia Soufflé moisturizer. So on the topic of moisturizers, let's say, for example, you're the type of person to only use a moisturizer in your routine after cleansing. Now, of course, moisturizers will help your skin feel really nourished and hydrated and feel soft. When in actual fact, moisturizers don't fully penetrate into the skin because the molecule size in a moisturizer is just way too large for the skin to actually really accept and penetrate into the deeper layers of our skin. Moisturizers are designed to be a protective barrier and protect what's underneath the skin, like your serums. Right? So of course your moisturizers, there are so many out there in the market right now and so many brands offer it with ingredients like hyaluronic acid, lactic acid, glycolic, retinol, the list just goes on. There are so many for everyone, right? But still, they only work on the superficial layer of the skin. So it kind of just nourishes the superficial layer, the top layer that you can see and feel with these beneficial ingredients. But remember, it doesn't fully penetrate into the deeper layers of our skin. On the other hand, you've got things like serums, which have the power and the ability to actually absorb and penetrate into the deeper layers of our skin, which is where we want all those expensive ingredients and beneficial ingredients to be. Then you would pop on top a moisturizer to seal and lock in all the juicy goodness from your serum. If anything, you should really put your money and invest in a really good serum, because serums are a potent version, a potent product with, you know, your concentrated ingredients like, for example, hyaluronic acid, because that's what's going to go deeper in the skin, not your moisturizers. Of course, if you've got the money, splurge on a really good moisturizer that has these ingredients, but remember, it's not going to fully absorb or penetrate in the skin. They are just a protective barrier. So that's the other mistake that I find that's commonly made, is not even using a serum A lot of people see it as an unnecessary item or product to be introduced into the regime because it's very pricey normally, which I totally understand, but you are paying for what you get. The ingredients, the potency of it, the concentrate. Yeah, so a lot of my friends and even family come up to me, even strangers, and go, well, why do I have to use a serum? It's just not necessary. It's just another thing I have to think about in the morning or at night before I use my moisturizer. Well, if you want good skin, invest in it. That's what I always say to everyone, you know, take the time, be patient with skincare, and really layer it. The more you layer, I find the more it works better. So serum first, and then your moisturizer on top to seal in all the goodness from your serum. Now, with serums, there are so many different types of serums out there. It could be a vitamin A or retinol based one, it could be hyaluronic, it could be lactic acid, it could be glycolic acid. There are just so many. But yes, it comes across as very daunting and intimidating, but that's where your skin specialists come in. So go see a skin specialist or head into your nearest cosmetic store and there will be someone there to help you. Alright guys, almost there. The final commonly made skincare mistake is over exfoliating the skin or overusing active products. So let me show you an example. So for example, something like this. This is a really good treatment product from Sunday Riley, which is the Good Genes, and this is concentrated with lactic acid. Lactic acid is one of the most beneficial, results-driven actives that you could ever use. It's extremely hydrating and it's extremely exfoliating. Another exfoliating or treatment product is something like this. Dr. Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Ultra Gentle Daily Peel. That's another exfoliating product. Another exfoliating product that I use is the Radical Fruit Enzyme Peel. Now, of course, I don't use all of these products, exfoliating products and active products, all in the one day or regime. I switch accordingly, depending on what my skin is going through, how it's feeling, how it's looking. Going back to the mistake that people make is actually using these in conjunction with one another, and that's just overstripping the skin and over exfoliating. It's not necessary. Choose one main exfoliating ingredient, like for example, glycolic acid. So if you're using a glycolic acid based serum at nighttime, that's it. That's your main like serum that you use. Don't use another serum or another active, you know, moisturizer that has something like lactic acid or something like that, because you're just piling on top of, you know, your products that are just over exfoliating, too stimulating. It's just doing, again, more damage than good. So stick to one main active exfoliating ingredient and just use a simple moisturizer or nourishing face oil on top of that. And realistically, you should be only exfoliating maybe 2 or 3 times a week at the most. There's no need to exfoliate every day, and that includes your exfoliating serums or treatments like this one here. That has lactic acid. That's an exfoliating acid. So for example, if I was to use this Good Genes treatment serum, you know, at night, I would not exfoliate again after that, because it is exfoliating my skin, but in a serum version, right? And then there are, you know, you've got your things like the fruit enzyme peels. They're more of a physical exfoliating product. So just be mindful of how many, or you know, how many active products that you use, because you can overstimulate the skin and overwork the skin and it will just break out, it will freak out. So just keep it really simple with your active products. Don't, you know, layer too many actives on top of one another, because there are certain active, you know, ingredients and acids out there that are not meant to be used together. Okay, so just be mindful. Again, if you get stuck, go speak to your skincare specialist or in your cosmetic store. They're there to help you. Ask the right questions, do your research. Okay guys, so that wraps it up for the most common skincare mistakes. If you liked this video and found it very informative, give us a massive thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay in the loop and up to date with all the videos upcoming in the future. And all the links will be down below. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Mwah.